I am a Muslim entrepreneur. I'm a processor, and I'm a graduate of University of Ibadan. I studied chemistry education in UI, but presently I run a food business, which is BIM Edibles, where we process varieties of oven-dried proteins. In the idea of fish and protein processing came from my husband. I had no idea about processing. He brought the idea and he gave a lot of encouragement and also told me it's a good industry and it's a profitable business to venture into. Yeah. My business is one that solves one of the major problems in Nigeria presently, and that is the problem of nutrition. A lot of low-income earners are not fully aware of the fact that this particular class of food, which is protein, is something that's been very important for them and their children. So we're on mission to create more awareness about the importance of this class of food. Truthfully, I had no big expectation because I just saw the business as something very little because I did start from here. I was doing it from my backyard. So I had no expectation and no fear. My husband brought the whole idea. But after my first production, and I saw the way people accepted it, this actually made me convinced that the industry is a good and profitable one. Of course, when you start something as a mere hustle, you wouldn't have so many plans. And because the business is growing, this has made our vision change. We hope to grow beyond this level that we are, and we believe we can grow bigger than we are presently. I used to work in a primary school, and let me quickly say that at that time, there was a time the part of the school had to hand over the affairs of the school because of my hard work and the attitude I showed. The whole affairs of that school was handed over to me, and I would say, even in my family life, I try as much as possible to make sure I at least, if not perfect, I do things to the satisfying level, and this has helped my business a lot. The first capital came from my husband. He made the machines. He provided the fund for procurement of raw materials at that time. In the early stage of my business, I wasn't even running a business at that time. Let me say that, because I was just doing buying and selling. So the knowledge of bookkeeping, record keeping, and all of that was not there. So presently, we have staff that work with us. We have production schedule. Our days are now planned out. We do not just model up the family life with business life. We were just two. At the time that I started, myself and a staff. That was when I was working for Boom. She was with me, and there was no formal training because I myself did not have that training. Like I said, I was just doing buying and selling. There was no training about good manufacturing practices. There was nothing like lean manufacturing practices. We were just doing things like we were trained to do it. There was nothing formal. I would say follow up. Yeah, follow up. I still use that till date. I follow up, and I make sure I reach out to all of my customers every month at least. Yeah, I learned that it is, you don't start something. You don't just start something. You need, after training, there should be a retraining. There should be retraining. And that's what I do for my staff here too, and for the trainees that come here to learn. There should be a training and retraining, and there should also be mentorship. You need to stay by the sides of those that you have trained to put them through what they need to know. Because practical, even when you do practical, you can't just be confident in yourself that you can do it. You need someone that will need to check you out and see whether you're getting it right. It was a time that I had a major loss in this business. and the loss was caused by a fire accident that happened. So it was so serious that this was in 2023. Yes, because my business started in 2021. So I lost almost all of my stock to fire. But Alhamdulillah, for the Muslim community, presently most of my customers are Muslims, at least 90% of them. So when Muslims, you have this kind heart that even if you cannot give, at least it will give you some time to put yourself together. And the customer that had that product at that time was very kind and very lenient and allowed me some time so that I could put together and process another batch of fish for her. So we are growing, and most times we do not allow our stock to, we don't get out of stock, and we hardly reject supply. Fish, or let me say catfish, is one product that you can't decide to process today and you get your supply today. It's something that has to be planned out. So anytime we are informed about availability of fish from one of our suppliers, we don't reject it, because you know that you might not get the following week. So just go ahead and purchase it. I'm presently one of the members of the Ant-Man program. I don't know if you know about it. So that program is one that trains fish processors about everything in business, marketing, sourcing, and all. So the coordinator of Oyo State actually said that we have 14 businesses in Oyo State during that program. So he came and said that if I'm to recommend 3 businesses out of 14 of you, you are definitely one of them. Because I can see you are putting everything you are learning into practice. You are not leaving anything out. And I am very proud of you. So that's one of those moments. I haven't achieved it. I'm just achieving. Alhamdulillah. But I won't say I have achieved a little, but I hope to achieve more. Binillah. But when I see customers refer my products, and that customer refers it to another person, and that person refers it, it gives me this satisfying feeling like I'm actually doing something with my hand that people are valuing. They are actually getting value from it, and that alone is satisfying. Someone that learns from experience cannot be compared to someone that learned theoretically or sometimes practically. So I learned a lot from experience. At least I would say in my first 1 year of business, I was just trying to put things together. I wasn't even getting it right as such. So I learned through experience. And also one thing I can say is that we do not compromise. We do not compromise on any of our products. We don't even mind. We don't mind. We do not compromise at all. So that's one thing that sets us apart. For own advice, I'll just ask the person to learn. Don't assume you know it. Don't assume it is not hard. Everything has to be learned. Everything. If you want to get it right, you have to learn it. To be successful as an entrepreneur, you need to be in a community where you are people of like mind. You cannot grow alone. You have to have a community of business owners, and particularly people that are in that niche that you are. You have to be around those people so that they can update you with trends and prices, changing prices and other things like that. I would have taken the business more seriously. I would have taken it as a business rather than taking it as just a side hustle or just buying and selling. The picture is bright because the Nigerian population is growing. It's growing, and people are becoming more aware of the fact that they need to eat. They need to consume more of this class of food, which is proteins. So people are becoming more aware. Even the low-income earners are becoming more aware. And there's also a mindset shift that fish, or particularly catfish, is expensive. But we are trying to break that now. More people are seeing that catfish is not as expensive as they used to think, and that it is very, very affordable.